Scream was painted by Edvard Munch in the late 19th century. Munch was from Norway, born 1863, and an expressionist, meaning his paintings showcased extreme emotions through colors and unique brushstrokes. His style of painting lends itself well to the Scream as it focuses purely on feeling, and it's not the portrayal of a realistic scene. His work, such as The Dance of Life, Puberty, or Ashes, all have similar ideas to the Scream, that is, of an intense emotion being portrayed, but the Scream stands out. This painting focuses on a character in clear agony that can barely be called human. He shrieks in agony while grabbing and pulling at his malformed face. There are characters behind him, but they aren't reacting to the primary character's clear agony, which brings us to the fact that this is still an expressionist painting, so it's not a live scene of a man in pain, but symbolic of the way the character felt at the time of the painting. We don't see why the character is having such an emotional crisis, but we don't need to. The Scream is a portrayal of the raw confusion and uncontrollable part of us that is emotions. Though we try and find reason and meaning in everything, there sometimes just isn't. We can feel certain ways with no comprehension of why, which is what Munch himself stated when talking about the painting. He claimed when he was painting this, he couldn't describe to anyone the way he felt, so he decided to paint it. Emotions have a natural tendency to be uncontrollable and confusing, and this character is a characterization of this idea, as we are shown no reason for him to be in this state, as he is not likely in an area where this would take place, as it's a nice bridge overlooking a landscape, and we don't see anything that would be causing such a reaction. It's an extreme burst of uncontrollable emotions that even the character himself could not explain. With the area of the painting in mind, the landscape of this painting is a small bridge overlooking a port area at sunrise or sunset with a booming red and orange sky in the background. The sun reflects almost magically atop the water, making it glisten a yellowy glow. It is truly a beautiful landscape to behold. Scholars believe that the landscape would have been caused by a recent volcanic eruption from halfway around the world that would have resulted in reddened skies in Europe, and the eruption would have lined up with the timing this painting was being made, which meant Munch likely saw this sky and included it in his painting. The bridge in the foreground of the painting is seen in several other paintings by Munch, such as Girls on the Bridge and Sick Mood at Sunset. Munch likely took this bridge to go around to areas of his town to paint, as he enjoyed painting outside. The bridge being a real place is more key evidence that the primary character presented is a representation of Munch himself, as it is a location that he likely attended very often. With the primary character and the landscape in mind, it becomes clear that the Scream is a mere representation of the raw and uncontrollable part of us that is human emotion. Munch himself couldn't explain why he felt the way he did when painting this, but he still felt it, so using expressionism, he was able to show us all.